What up? You know who this is? Your boy Kirk Rules, and I am fucking back with another exclusive on the Kerbinator podcast. Anyway, you know what? I don't even have to talk about it. Let me show you what's going on. You know what's going on. So check this out. We're gonna look at the devastation. You see that? So right now there's a drone that's flying and it's basically showing you what's happening in Gaza. If you don't know what's going on, right now there's a war between Gaza and Israel. And the people of Palestine, or Hamas, are being riddled with airstrikes from Israel. This is how it looks. This is how it looks. I'm not even going to go into too deep, but I'm going to go in deep on this situation right now. Now, you have some people who are for Israel. You have some people for Gaza, Palestinians, and then you just have people who are in the middle, right? And then you got people who don't give a shit. That's just what it is. We all know, if you're more knowledgeable and you do your research, not the propaganda that's going on, but do your actual research and look in other avenues of media and news outlets, you can basically figure out what's really going on in the world, right? Right now, I can't really say, but there's a good chance that World War III is going to happen right now. And I'm gonna get back to the Gaza and Israel thing, but let me go into this first. World War III is coming, and I'll give you the reasons I have to. So you have three superpowers, and you have China, you have US, and you have Russia. Russia is one of them, the superpowers. Europe as a whole, but we're talking about Russia, right? Right now, Russia and Ukraine is at war. Inflation has been out of control. This is a war, even with inflation. I'm not sure if it's helping. See, you guys gotta think really hard. Don't think about the wars. Think about what's going on with your lives. So inflation has skyrocketed. So that means every owner, every business owner, everything, they're taking advantage of average citizens across the world. But I'm just saying America. I live in New York, so New York, the average citizen is being taken advantage of when it comes to inflation. We're talking about that. Prices have skyrocketed. I'm talking about from food. I'm talking about gas. I'm talking about anything you can think of, from bridge tolls to transportation to everything is skyrocketing. Everything is going up. Prices. Everything but your salary is not going up. People are getting a couple cents. People are getting $1, $2. Only if you work for real good businesses or you own your own businesses, you are going to see a much bigger bonus, a bigger salary, or your own profits. You understand? So that's what I'm referring to. I'm not talking about the war right now. I'm just saying, think. Then you have Gaza and Israel. They just went into war recently. They said the Hamas have attacked Israel, so Israel is going to attack them. They said the Hamas. in Gaza have attacked 3 different ways. They attacked in land, water, and in air. All 3 different directions. Okay, let's say they did that. We don't know. That's what they're showing us. That's what's happening. Who else is it? You have China and Taiwan. They're not at war yet, but China want to claim their assets, or assets they never had, and they want to claim them. Let's be honest. Anybody who's a bully, they're gonna bully and bully and bully. That's basically what it is. We already know. If you're a bigger person and I'm a smaller person, if you want to beat me up, you're just going to beat me up. Am I correct? That's just what happens. When you can bully someone to do something, that's bullying. And what China is doing to Taiwan, even though they said, and I'm just going off of, I'm not saying that China is bullying them. I'm saying that I'm going off of what is being told. This is what's being told. They said that China did not ever own these assets. Never. They never owned Taiwan. So Taiwan is technically its own independent island, its own independent country. But because China wants them to be attached to the body of China, they don't want them to be an independent country. So I'll give you a scenario. Hong Kong used to be ruled by the British. And this is the thing that I don't understand. Hong Kong was ruled by the British, or Europe, let's say, right? Or the UK. Europe or the UK. They gave it back to Hong Kong. Next thing you know, China reclaimed it. Now, Hong Kong is now China's. Why in the past they couldn't claim it before? I don't know, but that's basically what happened to Hong Kong. Now, you can't go to Hong Kong freely the way you used to. Before you can go to Hong Kong freely. It was independent. You didn't need too much of a pass. You didn't need a visa to get into Hong Kong or something like that. If you were from other states, only if you're from the U.S. you need a visa. But I'm talking about from other countries or other provinces, you didn't need that. But now you need that. So now the way China did it is anything that happens in Hong Kong, you get processed in the mainland of China, which is the courts, hearings, everything go through China. All right? That's how they reclaimed Hong Kong. Now, they're trying to reclaim Taiwan. So U.S. is in the middle of it. And China doesn't like that. China and U.S., for years now, since China have become a superpower, or China's been getting money, for years now, China has boasted about a lot of things. And they're showing their powers. But you know what? If I was China, I'm going to be honest with China. I'm be honest with you guys. You can develop all the power you want, everything you want. If you go to war with U.S., it's going to be a very bad situation for you and Chinese people. And I'm going to tell you why I say this. I'm not saying this because I'm against Chinese people or anything like that. I'm not saying that, none of that. I'm telling you why it's going to be bad for you. Anytime U.S. goes to war with a certain country, the people who live in the U.S. suffers. They suffers badly. And think about it. If China goes to war with the U.S., Chinese Americans will suffer. They will. I guarantee. It's the same thing when we went to war with Pakistan or Iran. Those people suffered here. You can go look through your history. They suffered. They got attacked. They got penalized. There's a bunch of shit that happened to those people. So what makes you think if you do the same thing, it won't be bad for people here? Now, don't get me wrong. We already know it's going to be bad for Americans there. Because there are Americans that live in China as well. But most likely, Chinese Americans are getting the hell out of there. They're gonna get out of there beforehand, you know. But I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense for China and U.S. to go to war. It just doesn't. It's just stupid. War itself is stupid. Because you know who suffers? The people suffers, not the governments. Because they're highly protected. They got their places where they're gonna go. The people gonna suffer. We are gonna suffer. Asians gonna suffer. People who live under the poverty line will suffer. Poor people will suffer. Regular average citizens of both countries will suffer. Not the government, not the people the soldiers, not the people who shooting with the guns and the missiles and all that shit. Even the land itself will suffer. The real estate will suffer. Do you understand what I'm telling you guys? This is if we go to World War III. I'm talking about if we go to World War III. Everyone will suffer. This is real shit. I'm not bullshitting you guys. The only reason why Israel is attacking Gaza is because they know they got U.S. behind them. If U.S. wasn't behind them, honestly speaking, I don't think they would have attacked Gaza. But then again, they've been attacking Gaza for years. Years. Almost 75, 65 years. They just don't like them because they're different. They're Muslim. They live a certain way. They just don't like them. And that's fine because that's differences. You know, I'm black, I'm brown skinned. You wanna know how many people don't like me? Let's say I take a train, right? Let's say I take a train in New York City and let's say I'm in the, I'm going to the Asian community. You know how many Asians will not sit next to me because of the skin color? It has nothing to do with, oh, we're gonna attack them or whatever. It's always been that way. Darker people don't sit next to. And it's not just Asians, it's white folks as well. Hispanics as well. They just won't sit next to you, you know? Now, my wife is Asian. Now, let's say I'm with my wife. They'll sit next to me. Or let's say I dress really nice, like in a suit or a tie, or I look really good, they'll sit next to me. If I'm dressed well, they'll sit next to me. But if I'm not, they won't sit next to me. And it could be like many seats near me. They will not sit next to me. I don't know why that is, but you know, maybe years of, I think the pandemic must really have scared Asians away from sitting next to black people. But I thought Asians and black people had like a real great connection. Not just a great connection, a real good bond, because, you know, because I'm African, even though I'm American, but my bloodline is still African. And, you know, it's a lot. You understand? It's a lot. And we have this bond, and, you know, the Black Panther and the Yellow, they come together in a full force together. We have this bond. Asians have always been in black communities, you know, have participated in black community, have grew up in black communities. You know, we hang out together. You know, I have amazing Asian friends. You know, they're really good people, and even you know, even when I travel to China or I travel to these Asian countries, these people show me the best of the best. They're wonderful people. And then black people treat them well too. The only people that treat Asians bad in the black community are psychos, like mentally challenged people, people who are on drugs, on you understand these people. I don't understand these type of people either. You understand? These people I try to stay clear of myself. But some people, they judge a book by a cover, you know? I understand. I understand it. I don't like it, but I understand it. I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to be mad at it, you know? It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. And, you know, with what's going on in the world right now, it's going to be catastrophic if U.S. go to war with China. It's just, it's not good for either countries to go to war. Just talk and have a conversation, smoke some weed or something so you all feel good, and then shake hands and go on and continue to be good business relations and build a good relationship with each other. Because the bigger threat, and this, I don't know if people know this, but the larger threat is not the war. The larger threat is the astro that's going to be coming to the U.S. You understand what I'm saying? That's going to be the problem. That's the problem we will have to deal with. And people need to think about more realistic things that's happening to this world. Like, look at our economy. Look at the natural disasters that are destroying this world. You know, just look at that. Look at these fires. Look at the pollution. Look at there's still a floating plastic islands. You understand? Look at the threats from the universe. You know, people are just like trying to escape and figure out ways to escape versus trying to solve these issues that are going on right now. You understand what I'm saying? It's just so much that is happening that is just, oh my gosh. I can't even fathom like how this world is going to look in 10 to 20 years from now. You know, if we continue on this path of destruction and war and violence and everything. Like, look what's going on in the U.S. alone. I don't even think people should get into war with the U.S. because even the U.S. is at war with itself. You got people robbing everybody. You have thieves amongst the thieves, and they're just killing, and you have kids who are out of control. They're shooting up schools. There's just so much problems. You have a ton of asylum seekers running up in here like the country is free. You know, mind you, my wife had to pay. We had to pay a ton of money to get documents and lawyers. You know, just to get things taken care of, so that my wife can be here and my father and everybody who are people not from this country. We did it correctly. Whereas everyone else right now, it's like they just letting them in. Just letting them in. What is going on with Florida and the people, not just Florida, but the people of the border of the South? Like, are you guys not protecting our sovereignty? Are you not protecting the border the way we pay you guys? Our taxes pay the border patrol to protect from keeping certain people out of this country. And I'm not saying certain, I'm talking about keeping people out of this country from just sneaking in. And what's happening? More and more people are sneaking in. More and more people. And what's happening right now, you got Florida, they're putting them on buses and sending them straight to New York. How you gonna send them straight to New York? And I'm sure they send them to California, they send them to New York, Chicago, all the Democratic states. Do y'all jobs. That's what y'all getting paid for. Y'all motherfuckers don't even pay taxes the way we pay taxes. And then you not doing your job? I should put a lawsuit against your states. I swear I should sue New York. I should sue Florida. I should sue Texas. I should sue all of these. And I'm not discriminating against asylum seekers. I'm not doing that. But what I am discriminating is they're getting benefits that average Americans can't even get. Average Americans can't even get a dental plan. They can't even get basic health insurance. But asylum seekers get that. As soon as they come in, they get health care and get checked up and everything. Is that fair? And look, I'm not hating on people who getting their money. If you getting your money, get your money. I'd rather you work and hustle than be a person on the street. I hate people who don't want to work and don't want to work for their money. I hate those type of people. I really do. People who don't want to work hard to get what they want. I hate those type of people. But yet, we have people coming in, they're basically getting benefits from people like us. Our tax-paying money are paying for them to live in nicer or live in homes and all this. Because how are they paying for all this? They're not paying for it. We're paying for it. So living these, and then they're out in the streets making money, cash money, and they're bettering their lives. And I understand that you gotta do what you gotta do, but I don't think it's fair for people who live in the U.S. who are documented citizens or citizens of America, and they can't get basic health insurance, basic dental insurance freely the same way that these people are getting. Why can't our taxes pay for our health insurance? Why can't our taxes pay for our dental plans? Why can't our taxes pay for why can't the government cover our health insurances? Why is it that every other country have free insurance and we don't have that? I don't care about no fucking competing health insurance bullshit. I don't give a shit about that. I want really good health insurance. I want really good dental insurance. Just like everybody else. And I'm not saying I don't have that. I have that. I have good health insurance. I have good dental. But I'm talking about basic, average citizens. They do not have that. They do not have that. I hear stories all the time. People write me all the time. They don't even got dental insurance. They work a part-time job. They don't got that. Not everybody in the U.S. got full-time jobs. You know, just to make ends meet, you got people making billions, not even fucking paying taxes. But yet, people who got to work 3-4 jobs just to make ends meet. You got fucking houses in New York that look like shit, but they trying to sell it off for $1 million+, $700,000 for crappy ass homes. You got fucking apartments that are like fucking so tiny. Motherfuckers is trying to rent it out for $2,000 plus. Small ass fucking crappy apartments for $2,000+. You fucking nuts. And then you got the transportation going. You got tolls going up. You got everything going up. Why? Because executives and top position people don't want to give up part of their salary when they already making bank already. You making a ton of fucking money already. The average person is making $20 an hour. And $20 in New York an hour is no money. Let's be real. $20 in New York ain't fucking money. You can't live off of fucking $20 in New York. You just can't. Where you got rent anywhere from $1,500 and up. Why do you think these people in their homes who own homes, they're renting rooms because they know people can't live. So they're like, shit, Let me rent a room for $500, $600, $700, so they could at least pay their mortgage. That mortgage, which is equates to damn near $1 million. It's fucking nuts. Now I know I'm getting off topic. Let's get back to this war with Gaza and Israel. Back to Gaza and Israel. Look, we know Israel has been attacking Gaza for years. We know that. They've been attacking the Palestinians for years. We thought you were great people. How are you great people if you've been doing this? Gaza finally attacked you guys. Hamas finally attacked. They attacked you. Were they in the right? No, they were wrong for what they did. But I guess they wanted to send a message. So they did. But they didn't know they was going to get hit with what you just saw in that video. You got women, children, everybody suffering. Everyone. And they're talking about evacuating 1.3 million people. Where the fuck they gonna go? They gonna go to Egypt? They gonna fucking go to Egypt? Egypt ain't letting them in. Where they gonna go? They gonna go to Lebanon? Where else they gonna go? Where you gonna evacuate 1.3 million people? I already said it. Palestinians, they were wrong for attacking, but not everybody was with that. Those people, those innocent people didn't say, oh, let's attack Israel. It was just a few people who said that. A few people with some power did that. Why do everyone in Gaza have to suffer because of a few? It's the same here. Think about it. If black and white people were to go to war, it would be catastrophic for black people. We already know. Yeah, there's some strong black people, and we may put up a good fight, but we're going to lose the war. We don't own mass weapons like white folks do. We don't own mass weapons like white folks do. The government is controlled by majority white folks. White folks run this country, and they will always run this country. So don't listen to that bullshit that people are like, oh, blacks are taking over. Oh, the white folks is losing their privileges. No, white folks have a ton of privileges. A ton. And they still continue to have a ton of privileges. It is what it is. Ain't nobody trying to take over your life. Only thing black people has been fighting for, and it's been fighting for since the early days of slavery, is equality and a fair right to just do their jobs and live an average life like everyone else. That's all. We're not fighting for, oh, we want to take over the country and shit. No. Look what's going on between Haiti and DR. Mind you, Haiti, I won't even speak about Haiti, but the people, the black Africans that were in Hispaniola, fought to free that country, right? Now, DR has been what it's been. It's been the, how you say, it's been, because a lot of people in the Dominican Republic are more light-skinned than dark-skinned. So, a lot of the early Europeans and French and Italians or Hispanics, they had sexual intercourse with those people, and then they blended, so their skins are much more lighter than darker. So what it is, between black and white, it's the same in every country. White people don't like the dark-skinned people of that country, and that's what happened. So you have Haiti, and then you have Dominican Republic. They're split. Right now, Haiti used to, I guess, get their money or get whatever through Dominican Republic. But you know what? Some Haitians started to smarten up, and they said, you know what? Let's fix our situation so that we can cut out the middleman. And the officials in Dominican Republic is afraid of that. They're afraid that if if Haitians start to smarten up, start to, I would say, be less dependent on them, that they become a more robust country like the Dominican Republic. You know, Haiti should, like, especially like the rebels and the people, the gangs out there that are attacking their own people, they need to chill. What they need to do is come together as a country and you use all the intelligence that you have in that country to become robust. Make great relationships with the countries that you can make great relationships with. Cut out that $100 million whatever you got with France that y'all be paying France. That's just fucked up. And become a robust, independent country where people could come and visit and enjoy because Haitian life is amazing. It's beautiful there. The country is amazing. It's a beautiful country. Similar to Dominican Republic. It's just as beautiful. You know, the food, Haitian food is so good. The culture, everything, you know? Haitians are very proud, independent people. And they do a hell of a job when they put their mind to it. The culture is amazing. Just like Dominican Republic culture is amazing. Everybody want to put everybody against each other, but we should all be coming together as people because we all have something to offer. Asians have something to offer. Blacks have something to offer. Whites have something to offer. Hispanics have something. Everybody has something to offer. There's only the few that ignorant motherfuckers who always try to debug someone's mind and say, oh, I hate these people because of this. Or I hate these people. No, shut the fuck up, you ignorant fuck. Get out of here. Let people enjoy life because you don't have much time on this planet. Enjoy it because it is so beautiful. I tell you, I kid you not. This world is beautiful. But if you go into, you see what happened in Gaza and Israel, you see that, it will look like that. If we as people fall victim to this propaganda and all this bullshit that they putting out there, it's going to look like that. The world will look like that. The world. Especially with a world war. Those powerful nuclear type of weapons, those weaponries, those rockets that they are throwing and blasting at each other, they hold chemicals, and those chemicals can destroy anything in its path. You understand? You've seen what happened in World War II when U.S. dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima. You've seen that devastation. It was devastating. You've seen how every country looked before. It looked like shit. When you go to war, it looks like shit. Let's be peaceful, living people and enjoy each other's cultures and enjoy each other's differences. Black people do not have problems with anyone. We just want to be accepted. That's all. Don't look down on us. There's many people that really look down on us. Like we're some bad human beings, and we're not. Like you hear people say, oh, fuck niggers and I hate these niggers and all this other shit. You don't hate me. Because honestly, if I was in your face and we talking and I have a conversation on why you hate me, you can't give me a fucking reason why. You cannot. There's so many people who say they hate fucking niggas and they hate black people and they hate us, our existence and everything, but they can't even give you a fucking reason why they hate you. And the people who hate Asians, they can't give a reason why they hate Asians. They say they hate Hispanics, Mexicans, all this shit. They can't even give you a fucking reason why they hate them. The only people who can give you a reason why they hate someone is someone who died in their family by someone of that race. That's the only people who can give you that reason. Anyone else, what is your fucking valid reason for hating someone or bringing death to someone? Let me bring back something. Emmett Till. Why the fuck a little kid died by a bunch of men? What fucking hate that these men had in their eyes and their hearts that they had to kill Emmett Till the way they did. And I only bring that up because you want to know something? Blacks have suffered so much in the U.S. All of our leaders died, all of them. All the people we look up to, from Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all these people, all these prolific people who are out there speaking and voicing their opinions and helping. Mind you, Black Panther, a lot of people don't highlight, but Black Panther was creating hospitals so that blacks could have access to them, on giving them free food, lunch, and stuff, so blacks have access. And you know who killed Black Panther? The government, the FBI. Because why? They thought they was going to be bigger than white folks or some shit. They didn't like that. They didn't like that shit. So they assassinated, and mind you, these people were young kids. Kids, they weren't fucking grown men. They were 21, 22 years old, 19-year-old, 18-year-old kids. Just because they wanted equality. Every time someone wants equality, they always get killed or assassinated for it. It's like, listen, you don't have the right to have that. Why? Why don't I have the right? Tell me why. They can't even give you a reason. I forget her name. This lady. She's at a conference, and majority of the people in the conference were all white. And she says this. She said, if you would trade places with a black person, please stand up or raise your hand. No one raised their hand. She said, let me repeat again. If you would trade places with a black person right now, please raise your hand. No one raised their hands. You know what she said after? She said, so you know exactly what's going on with black people, but you don't want to be. You do not want to trade places with them because you know what's going on, but you choose to ignore it. And she was right. Right now, I forget her name. I forget her name right now. But, and this lady's a white lady speaking this shit. It's just white women talking about this shit. Listen, right now, I don't care. Right now, black people, just get your money. That's it. Do what you gotta do to get your money. Don't rob other people to get your money. Do it the right way, you know? We do not need to be in no one's prisons. You know, majority of black people are in these prisons. But we do not. And I'm not saying that all black people are in these prisons. No way. There's more white people in U.S. than blacks. And there are more white people that are in prison as well. Just like Hispanics are in prison as well. You know, bad people, they do bad things. They go have to deal with the consequences. Right now, Tekashi 6ix9ine, I don't know what he did, but he's being held right now with Dominican Republicans. He did something wrong. So, and if he has to go to jail in DR or prison in DR, he's going to be suffering a lot more than being in jail in the U.S. Simple as that. But back to this war with Israel and Gaza, you know who suffers? Like I said, the people of both countries. You know, the only difference is Israel is a lot more powerful than Gaza. They have a lot of backup, a lot of allies. One being U.S. You know, and they're killing innocent kids. Innocent people are being slaughtered and killed. This is a war crime. I don't know what you can say about it, but it's definitely a war crime. You understand? But anyway, I hope all peacefulness can happen, because I speak peace. I don't really speak bad about any country. You know, China is a beautiful place to be. Taiwan is also a beautiful place to live and to visit. I love China. China is hands down probably one of the best countries I've ever visited in my entire life. They have so much history there. It's crazy how much history is in China, you know, and beautiful cities there. The food is good as well. You know, I grew up on Chinese food, so, you know, but like I said, it's an amazing place. And I recommend everybody who can visit China. It's not as expensive as you think. U.S. currency goes very far in China. Not as far as it would if you were in Thailand or Vietnam, but it goes very far in that country. And the people there, if you speak the language, trust me, they're much more nicer than you think they are. You know, people are nice. I think just Asians, Americans are just shy people, period. You know, Asians are just shy people. You know, when darker people come up, if you're white and you approach them, I don't think they'll be as like timid. But when you're darker, they're a little, you know, on edge. You know, it's just what it is. That's everywhere. It's not just in China. It's everywhere. Anyway, it's your boy Curbs the Rules, and I just wanted to talk about this situation. I think, like I said, and here's the thing that I want people to think of. If that can happen to Gaza, what for black people? If we go into war ever and situation happens, who's going to protect us as black people? You know, where can we run? Where can we hide if we have war? Think about it. Put yourselves in those people. Because the only powerful country, and they can be a very powerful country if they want to, is Africa. Africa is the largest country in the world with the most resources in the world. But guess what? And I'm going to say it. Every country steals from Africa. Every country. I don't care if you gave them a little bit of money. You know what you're doing as a country. And let's say they're not stealing. A lot of their resources are coming from China, though. Coming from Africa, not China. I made a mistake. A lot of the resources are coming from Africa. You got China, you got Korea, you got Europe, you got US, you got South America. All of the resources are coming from Africa. It's the most resourceful country in the world. It's the largest continent in the world. The largest continent in the world. If all those countries within Africa was to come together and be one, like Nelson Mandela was trying to do, I'm telling you, we're talking about a superpower. Oh my gosh. No country will be able to stop Africa. No country. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. No country. If Africa comes together, there'll be the superpower of, there's more people in Africa than any other country. You understand? But you got propaganda, and you got these other people in their ears, and that's why they're all against each other and they fight each other. Right now, there's war going on in Africa amongst each other. Mind you, there's a bunch of Africans having a fight with other Africans. This is just so weird to me. But anyway, it's your boy Curse Rules, and I'm out. Thank you for tuning in to Kerbinator Podcast. Peace.